I pray this works. Because this might be the last attempt today. Welcome to a fun, friendly film review. It has been a rough weekend here in the Griffin household, but we got to keep working. Hopefully this works. As you can tell, I'm trying something different with StreamYard. I'm just trying to get y'all better content. Long way to go, but it's here. First and foremost, we're going to make this really, really quick because I've repeated this like 18 times at this point. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm here to just show you the film. I prided myself a year and a half ago when I started covering this program that I would never bash a player and I would always make decisions, or not even decisions, analysis, if you will, based off of film and not based off of emotion, right? And I messed that up yesterday and got ahead of myself, blamed this offensive line for a lot of different things, when in fact it was not their fault. There was a lot of miscues everywhere. It was not just the offensive line. It was not just receivers, not just quarterback, not just running back, not just play calling. It was a lot, if you catch my drift. For example, this first drive here, you're going to see a little bit of miscues. It just doesn't matter because they made the plays so it goes unnoticed. For example, I believe, and I left my notes, I don't know where I put them at this point, I believe Rocket's going to come out in the flat here. He's going to be open. He's going to have at least 5 yards of cushion. It's the first play outside of the first drive that had the 3-play touchdown, like from the 1-yard line. The first real pass attempt, and Southern doesn't really take it. Now, some people are going to say, well, this linebacker right here, well, it was hard to tell. This guy, and I do not remember his name, talented linebacker, his job is to keep his eyes on Sellers. He never takes his eyes off of Sellers. His responsibility is the flat. That's what his job is. And as you will see as we run it, boom, 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 here. Ball should be at least coming out. He's on Sellers. This is plenty of room, especially the way I saw Rocket move, who looked very good, by the way. This ball should be out. It's open. It's there. But what Sellers is going to do is hold on to it and run. Again, doesn't particularly matter because Sellers gets yards. But it's going to help in the long run for Sellers not to do that, especially not allowing 22 rushing attempts. Because, again, this was 22 rushing attempts was not all Dow Loggins calling, hey, run. A lot of it, too, was either read option or improvising as well. But, and again, I mean this with love because I love Joshua Simon to death. I love this tight end room to death. Was not used how I thought they would be used, and that tells you why I'm here and not a Division I coordinator. But Simon is going to get beat across his face. I believe it's this guy here. I can't remember. It's not going to particularly matter because Rocket's just going to take a step and go. But it kind of, again, it's the little tendencies here. Again, watch this linebacker, watch Joshua Simon. And it forces him to have to jump. And again, I'm not blaming Mazio Bennett on this at all. I don't expect Mazio to have to come and block this guy in preparation that, oh, maybe I'm going to be the person that allows Rocket to break it off of the second level. But, it kind of happens. Oh, it was this guy. He just couldn't get there quick enough. Again, not on Mazio, not on Joshua Simon. It has to be better. But boom, jump, Mazio. And again, I'm not blaming Mazio. Again, please, I'm going to repeat this over and over again. I'm not blaming anyone. It's the little miscues that you didn't see early because the big plays happened still. And when I say big plays, there were no really explosive plays. But it's stuff like that. On this next one, I cannot tell. I believe this is, I did not have a good look. I believe this is Bell, and I believe this is Lee. Lee does and again, if I'm wrong, I do apologize. Lee's right here at the center. Don't know if you see him. He does a great job of taking his guy and swoosh, putting him around. And Bell pulls, steals it, does just as good of a job. Again, I think this is a designed read, if I'm not mistaken, or it's just a design play. I don't remember. I don't have my notes. But you're going to see a gaping hole created by, guess who? The offensive line. Come on, don't do this. Oh, you're killing me. Yeah, there you go. I'm not even going to rewind at this point. I apologize. But again, it was a great job. They're going to show you a replay here. I don't even want to pause it anymore because it's getting so jittery. But again, seal, bell comes, boom. Henry running his man downfield. Does a good job. Again, doesn't really get noticed because we only see the bad things. This has got to stop happening. Why are you jumping so bad, dude? So this play here has worked a lot under Dow Loggins. This play here, this used to be, I can't remember if this used to be Trey Knox last year, Joshua Simon last year, but this young backer, I say young, this guy here is going to just make a play. Usually, these linebackers get sunk in, get called up, and then this play is here. This is just ODU's player made a play, and you can't hate it. This isn't a bad play call. This isn't poor execution. This is just this backer makes a play. He doesn't get caught up in the trash, and he's there. Nothing you can do about that. Sometimes people just make plays. Smith Young. So again, I don't hate the play calling on that necessarily. I don't hate anything. Again, decent block. The line does their job. The line is over here, just mowing them to the left. Joshua Simon's looking for somebody to block, and when he does, he doesn't really do as good of a job as he probably should and as you expect. But again, it doesn't particularly matter as much because Rocket still had a decent yard gain. I think it was like 7 yards or something. I don't mind this here. So again, he had time. Here's the other thing, guys. When I watch, the only thing I think is open is Michael Smith, and this ball has to be out like now. Like now. Other than that, you're going to see that a couple times. They're just covered. But again, he does a good job of just recovering. He holds it. So I don't hate it. That wasn't on the offensive line. They held. Did what they needed to do. But again, real quick, and I apologize. This is a freshman mistake. Sellers has to know where the sticks are. You're 3rd and 5. He's 3rd and 5. But he's not aware of where the sticks are and runs out of bounds a yard short. Again, does not matter on this particular play because they get it. But again, it's the little things that you didn't really see. That was just one of those. Everybody got blown up. I can't tell if that's. Please bear with me today. If that's 52, is that Bell? Yeah. I mean, Bell just immediately gets beat by his face. But doesn't matter. Rocket still goes. Again, one of those like, that was shaky. That was shaky. That's Rocket being Rocket. But again, another good design. It was blocked well. Brady's coming off. Again, this is a read. So for anyone that's wondering, from my understanding, his read is here. That's Seller's read. If it's a read. If it's a design keep, then by all means, I'm wrong. I don't think I think Sellers can hand that off and you're fine. But it's one easier to say than done. But nonetheless, doesn't matter. You get yards. Good blocks, decent blocks. Whatever happens here, I can't remember. I'm not going to rewind it back, y'all. Again, I'm just going to jitter it for you anyway. Good hole. You're going to see a replay of this. I lied. No, you're not. Again, a decent hole. Gets tripped up. You know what? Matter of fact, hold on. I do want to show y'all something. This is going to be a long film review if I keep doing this crap. Again, just making plays, not getting caught up in the trash. Again, Brady's engaged. They're all engaged. He just does a good job of not getting caught up in the trash. You can't hate that. and he gets a shoestring tackle. Has he not gets the shoestring tackle, maybe Oscar bounces out. So that's twice that ODU guys have just made plays. And can't hate on. Now, I'm pretty sure this is 3 of those 10 that I'm like, we got to do better. Just a mess here, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Henry doesn't find anyone to block. And I don't know if Henry's job is to seal. I don't know. I feel as if this is where Henry should be going to engage. It's his closest blocker, but he doesn't. It kind of just turns around and is forced to beat him 101. Just bad from the start. Again, that's 1 of the 3. Here's another one, gets blown up. This can't happen. Stratton, I think is his name, I believe. Again, I'm not telling you stuff that y'all don't know, and I'm not going to tell you anything that the offensive line coach is not going to tell you. Hard to do. I get it. Brady's got to do a better job here of shoving this dude, if I'm not mistaken. Put him on his butt, throw him to the side so we can allow this pulling guard to get over. But he blows it up. 3 yards into the backfield, essentially, and then Rocket just does what he can to get a yard. Again, it's not good execution. It has to be better. But unfortunately, where the lack of execution hurts most is here. And this is completely on both Bell and Tree. This has to be better communication. This has to be passed off. This has to be some type of communication. How? I'm not sure how it's taught. This has to be communicated better. That shove this dude over the tree, let him engage, and then go. But I don't think Bell has any idea this guy's coming. And I'm assuming Tree has eyes on him, but Tree is expecting him to come outside, so there's not much to it. But the second he steps inside, it's beat and it's over. So again, not the best of execution on the last 3 plays. I get it. They know it. So we head to the next drive. And again, it's still not really their fault. Holding up. This is the deep shot. Here, Brandon, got to catch it, Bubba. Flag or not, got to catch it. I'm not going to rewind that. There's no need to rewind that. I'm trying to get y'all out of here at a decent time for those of you who are watching, however long this is. But got to catch those balls there. Again, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the pass coverage here that I can remember. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong. They're all holding up. Again, I think the play design's coming over here. This is extremely hard for Sellers to know, oh, Rocket or whoever that is going to just be all by himself. But I think he kind of panicked a little too early and tried to step up further into the pocket when he kind of could have just stayed, maybe slid over and then examined. But again, I'm not sure what's taught there. So he takes it PI, by the way. But another topic for another day. If it ain't called, it ain't called. Nothing you can do about that. This is just a high throw. He has them. It's there, high throw. So again, a little miscue that ends the drive because it's a high throw. Again, I don't hate the pass protection. No, I don't hate it. He drops up. They get beat, sure, but he drops up. He has it. Seller just throws it high. So again, not perfect, but good enough. High throw ends the drive. Who is that? Was that? Yep. Again, very difficult to do. They're getting beat across the face. We're not in the room. I can't tell you. I feel like Henry's job should be, let's worry about this guy and wait to pass him off until Simon can engage with him first. But it doesn't happen, and Simon can't get to him before he gets beat across his face. And he kind of just blows up the play. And so, again, I'm not blaming that on Simon. I just feel like there wasn't – I don't know what the schematic is or what exactly – whose hat was going what. That's on the offensive lines coach to tell. I'm not sure. But here's Joshua Simon, sure tech making up for it. Just blocking downfield, doing good. Again, nothing wrong with that. You love to see it. Gets a first down. Again, does it again. I mean, you got offensive line. Good job. Again, was it perfect? No. But setting, boom, does here. Sellers is here. Now, Sellers almost beats the guard into the hole, but he kind of has to. But again, well, yeah, I mean, Simon's got to do better blocking there. But it doesn't particularly matter. But you expect better and expect more for Simon, or at least I do. This one, again, not really. That one could have been better. Again, not arguing that. I need to stop doing this. I almost stopped doing this, but I just want to see what got missed here. Linebacker meets him in the hole. No, Tree's getting beat. Tree gets beat across the face. Again, without knowing what's the Tree just got it looks like Tree, this is you, go get it. You gotta go get in front of him, and Tree doesn't. There's that. Come on, next play. I'm sure something's gonna go wrong here in a second. Good hold, holds up, a bit behind, bit high. Again, that kind of a miscue. I think Sellers was amped up in this is just a good design blitz, man. This is just a good design blitz. This guy does not show early. And I saw this, and when I saw this play, I continued to watch to see if South Carolina was just running on the same time snap. And for the majority of the time, they didn't have different snap indicators from what I could tell. But this is just a perfectly designed simulated blitz. No one here or here thinks this guy's coming. Now, it might be easy to see here because I need to back it up. But if you watch, he doesn't take off until Sellers is getting ready to clap for the snap. Watch. And here it comes. Boom. And by that point, it's too late, and nobody even thought he was coming. So that's on everybody. Again, this 3-2-6 defense is a weird one to read. So, again, that kind of ruins and stalls that drive out. This is the fumble, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Got to hold on to the ball. Again, nothing really to explain there. Harbor saves this. Boom. Gets there. Next drive. Again, it's not perfect. It's not what you want. It gets you 3 to 4 yards. 4 yards. You can live with a 4-yard carry. Is it what the fans want every single time? Nope, absolutely not. But you can live with a 4-yard carry because if you run the ball and average 3 to 4 yards you carry 3 times, you're going to get a first down typically out of those 3 times. But it didn't always work out that way, and I get it. But, again, there's nothing wrong with that. And then this is just Sellers, Bubba. Get out of your own way. What could have been? What could have been is the question there. And then you get back. Nope. I forgot that I have this. This clip should already be on the same one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So you come out of the, what you call it. Boom. Again, I don't hate that. There's nobody at fault here at all. Nobody at fault. The line's doing everything they're supposed to be doing. Again, this is, if anything, this provides a one-on-one and Rocket lowers your shoulder, you get 3 yards. Here's what it is. Makes a good tackle. Don't hate it. Again, nothing wrong with that. I would prefer this ball to be outside on this back shoulder. Could have been a whole lot more dangerous. Good catch, good play after. I want this out here. And I think Loggins does as well. But good catch, good focus, way to make the play after. To get you a couple yards. Is this the missed assignment that they go run it? No. Again, so if Bell engages a little bit better, Rocket may have a better chance. I mean, but the hole's here. Maybe if Rocket cuts it, I don't know. But, I mean, holes here. Bell just kind of, we got to nothing wrong with it. You get the first down. And nothing that again makes you say, "Oh, offensive line," or should. This is just on everybody. This is left tackle. This is Simon, and this is the receiver out here. So who's Josiah Thompson, freshman, young guy. We'll watch him first. Does a good at first initial push, but then loses him. If you go push him, Bubba, put him on his ass. Jared Brown, no, who's 14? 14 Brown, I believe. I mean, again, not really head on a swivel to block. I'm not going to blame Josh Simon on that because he was engaged here trying to get out. But these two have to do a better job. Again, nothing. You got a freshman and a new transfer. Just had, again, fine, you get 4 yards, but has to be executed better. That's just he made a play. Again, I don't know if that was designed. I sure as heck thought that the read was that we'll see it. Again, I think the read was supposed to be the end here. No, this is a completely different play. My bad. Run around. We're not worried about it. But this is what else I want to talk about. This happens a couple times. It was hard enough for the guys to pick up in this 3-2-6 where the blitz was coming from. Blitz is coming from here, and it's coming from the backside as well. I believe, again, I'm just assuming, because Sellers never looks here. Sellers is over here. I'm assuming that the read of the progression is supposed to be something over here, and then we have the check down here. So this isn't the design block. He doesn't look. He doesn't try to block. He doesn't get a shoulder. But Rocket misses the blitz. He misses. And it leads to a penalty, and a pretty costly penalty is that. So, again, a lot to it where if he picks it up, does something different happen? We don't know, but you're never going to find it. That can't happen, Bubba. Josiah, we got to do better here. I know it's a screen, but we don't want our quarterback to get hit on the screen like this. Again, Rocket making a play. And it's why I feel like Rocket needed to get that first catch that we looked over a couple minutes ago. Nothing wrong here but a drop. This play design here tells me two things. One, you're in no man's land. You're going for it on 4th down. Brady Hunt, if you catch this and lower your shoulder, you're looking at 4th and short. But he dropped it. You're at least looking at 4th and 5-ish, but a drop ruins your drive. So, again, a lot of issues from everybody. It's not just the offensive line. I love this play call. Good blocking downfield. It was different. What you're not going to see is Attaway was here, Brown was here, they motion out, they get the carry, or Brown gets the carry. And, again, a good play call. Good blocking downfield, too. But no, it's not here yet, I don't think. 21 personnel, by the way. Again, don't hate it. Nothing wrong with the 4-yard gain like we talked about. It's not the 34-yard gain that y'all want, but there's nothing wrong with it. This here can't happen, Josh. It cannot happen. Joshua gets blown up. You're going to see it right from the snap. This edge catches Joshua flat-footed. Just watch Joshua, and then the guard, I think it's the guard that pulls. I can't remember who it was. But it's irrelevant at that point because the play's blown up back here. He can't get any more to complete that pull, and boom, blown out. And then Attaway's just got nowhere to go. So again, I'm not putting that on the O-line. That's just Joshua Simon didn't have as good of a day as you typically see Joshua Simon have, unfortunately. And the quality is getting worse in this thing. So y'all, I do apologize. That's just so. Let me discuss this for like 4 seconds. How I was taught and how Sellers is taught is two different things. How anybody just depends on what you're coached. I have to assume because Jared Brown, if you see his head, it's facing at least in that direction. They're in zone, by the way. Back to the sideline, back to the sideline. They're in zone. When you see zone, you're supposed to sit and find that spot. That's what Jared does. He continues to throw. Or Sellers makes the throw as if he's going to continue running. Again, that's just miscommunication on both of their ends. Nothing necessarily wrong that the offensive line did. Just miscommunication. Nothing you can do there. And then this is right before the half. Whatever. I do think this is one of those where I believe Juju should let that ball go. And had Juju let that ball go, the play calling might have been different. But backed up inside of your own 10 with a minute left to go, with how the game was going, I don't mind this. It is what it is. I would prefer Sellers doesn't take that run, just take a knee and call it a day. But that was what it was. So that's the first half, right? First half, everyone had mistakes. It wasn't just the offensive line. It wasn't just the tight ends. It wasn't just the receivers. It wasn't just the core. It was all of them. All of them had individual miscues, and unfortunately, there was only like 2 to 3 plays where they all did good. And those were the bigger plays. Those were the 12-yard carry by Rocket or 14-yard carry by Rocket. I can't remember. That's what you kind of expect. Unfortunately, one of those ended in a field goal. So instead of the halftime score being 17-7, 13-7. Lightning delay didn't help either. But y'all, let's go watch the second half. Don't leave because there's still a second half. Boom. Nope, that ain't right. Oh, yeah, I forgot I put these out of order. Y'all didn't need to see my wife's banging. Here we go. Has all day to throw, overthrows. Now, this is why I hate not having the end zone version of this. Oh, crap. Why is it playing? But I think this is another one Sellers misses. You have this cross here. You're playing zone. Back. That's his responsibility. This is going to be wide open. He's tracking. There's a safety back here already tracking. This is open. Can't see it. But watch when Sellers throws the ball. I mean, again, I know that you can't tell. From my understanding, and I asked about this play for a couple of the people that were there, safety and DB were already taken off and gone. This was there. Again, Sellers just wanting to make the play happen. Overthrows is what it is. Fine. That deep cross was there. Good pull. Good play. Again, that's and I had somebody tell me, "Oh, this is a terrible job by Henry. He just completely whiffs." His job is not to defend this end. This is their read key. If he sinks in, Sellers is supposed to take the ball out of the belly of the bat. If he sits, he's supposed to hand it to Rocket. That Carson is trying to take out that guy. Simply with it, that's his job. That's all it is. I need some water. Would like to have seen better there. Nothing really to do there, just kind of bad overall. Then you get it here. Good job. I mean, that's Rocket. Rocket created that. Good enough push. That caused the one lane cutback. We can live with that. Miscommunication here between Rocket here. Bad throw, I think. Again, so just based off, if you watch Sellers, I believe the read is supposed to be somewhere over here. So Michael is his last one. This is just all like an 8-yard curl. Everyone is running all curls essentially. So there's this ball, if it's going to be thrown, has to be put on the outside, and it's got to be thrown immediately. So I think this is more of just a safe play for Sellers. Let me get it out of my hand because he sees that guy coming and breaking on it. So, again, I don't hate it, but, again, depending on the play call, what the progressions are supposed to be. Again, you take that People don't like it, but you take your 3 to 4 yard gains here and there. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, he does a good job of fighting through traffic. Simon's trying to find someone to block. I can't hate Simon for that, but nothing that's like, oh, again. You take those games, 4 yard game. You just got to win on first down more, is essentially the thing of it. Good play here, good pocket, by the way. No need to reword that. Just get the ball in receiver's hand and let them make a play. This has got to be called. Harbor has to have better situation here. There's no need for Harbor to jump, really, in my opinion, with this. Harbor doesn't. I mean, I guess, yeah. But he's got to be more situationally aware. And something else that I notice as well when it happens, if you watch Sellers, she kind of double pumps. And I don't know if that throws it off. Here you go. Hoof, hoof. So, again, that's another potential big play that didn't happen just because it didn't connect. Offensive line held their own. Another big play that kind of missed its opportunity because it just wasn't there. It wasn't called. It was open. Don't get me wrong. Again, let me double check and make sure. This is the guy that makes the play. So let's watch it together. Again, tough. That's tough. That is tough to ask Tree or Josiah Thompson, whoever that is, to get across this dude's face. I don't hate that at all. I'm fine with that. That's Josiah. Again, you get a 5 yard carry, nothing you can do there. Dudes make plays sometimes, guys, regardless of who they play for. Again, good job. Good pocket, by the way, another good pocket. But I think here is the next 3 plays. This is the 6 of the 10, where the O-line kind of hurts themselves more than they do anything. So this, I'm putting this on Rocket. Love Rocket. When I say I'm not blaming Rocket, I don't understand this hesitation here. The hole is clearly here. This is where it's going to open up. But he jumps into here for some reason. Here, I'll show it full speed. Jumps into it and kind of But I'm not blaming that necessarily on the offensive line. I'm not necessarily blaming that on Rocket. But you get 3 yards, you take the 3 yards, and then I think this is the blow up that happens. Or does that ball okay. Again. This is open. It's open. I understand Sellers gets the first down. That's why we can live with it. This is open. It's going to stay open. Allow your guy to go make a play. Again, I don't hate it because he got the first down. Allow your guy to go make a play. It's there. Go see if Michael Smith can go break a tackle. This is where the 3-play collapse happens. This, I think, I can't really see what's going on there. Never a good thing when your right guard is on his face. That's one. I think we showed the end zone view here just a second. Yeah. Yeah, just gets thrown on his face, makes the tackle. Linebacker was in there anyway. Going to be hard to be a running team in the end zone if you're South Carolina this year. Again, Joseph Griffin with Gamecocks Digest does not know what the play call is. You can just assume. Most of the time that you've been playing offense, this is from Tennessee's shown this is a read option. Josiah Thompson is not supposed to mess with this guy. This is supposed to be a free rusher so Sellers can read it. I don't know what Bale's doing. I'm not really sure what Lee's doing. But this guy, nobody touches him. Again, if Lee is supposed to, these 3 are supposed to progress, Lee's supposed to get to the second level, these 2 here, and this, fine. I don't know. So I'm telling you. But I'm not sure what Bale's doing here. This guy just goes. Watch it. Boop. The read is not, it's not an interior read. The read was the outside. Sellers makes the right read because he 91-6. Boom. You have to hand that ball off. The issue is, and I think Josiah is thinking that, wait a minute, why are you here? But I don't know. But that guy's not supposed to be there. So again, that's another one where I'm kind of like, come on, we don't hurt yourself, don't shoot yourself in the foot. But without knowing the play call, there's no need, there's no way of this is on Henry. That one's on Henry. Well, let me phrase it this way. It's like I told somebody. I don't know whose job is the call out indicator. I don't know whose job is this is the mic or this guy's coming or whatever. I don't know if that's Lee's job. I don't know if that is Seller's job. Henry has to see this. Henry has to see this. He cannot just assume this is the only person that he has to worry about. Henry's going to crash in, and this guy's never even given a second thought after. And that's who makes the play. So again, what hurts the offensive line the most is the 6 plays out of the 11-ish that were kind of like they could do better. It resulted in you having to kick a field goal because of it. And it hurt more. Because again, at this point in the game, assuming the defense held, you get 6. You've left 8 points on the scoreboard. So instead of it being like 21 to, I don't know why I keep showing y'all my wife's fractured finger, but instead of it being like 24-7 at that point, it's just not. Josh Diamond. I love you, Bubba. I love you, Josh. I love you, but we got to do better. We have got to do better. If he engages in that block, maybe it doesn't matter anyway because this guy's here, but I still expect better from Josh Simon. I just do. Next play, please. That's a good hold. Not a hold if it's not counted. But again, we do good here, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Again, if we have more effort out here, this might break. If we have more effort out here, this might break. But again, we're not gonna hate it. That's a big game. No need to hate it. But again, a little bit better effort, you break along with. Here's the phone view, the end zone view. This is a view I wish I had, but from a wider perspective. But nonetheless. I love this from Sellers. Love that from the line. Y'all, again, I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with that. There's your explosive. The line does what they need to, and Sellers doesn't just take off. That's the great news. Sellers fills the pocket and steps up, runs, boom. There, now he hits it. He doesn't just take off running the green grass. He hits the open guy. Again, this is the point of the game. I think I tweeted Sellers was getting into a groove, yada, yada, yada. More miscues happen. Again, I think he panics too early here. I think he panics way too early. And SEC Network doing a fantastic job of recording the game. He's going to come open. First read, I believe. Second read, which, hold on, let me go a little bit further. Yeah, okay. But I think he panics here and takes off. This is open. I think Sellers got to see this. Sellers has to see this is open. It's open grass. Open grass has to be seen open. Touchdown? I don't know. But he's open. But we're going to 2nd and 10 instead. Think he kind of just panics a bit too quick at times. Yeah, I think Henry kind of gets beat a little bit, but again, as much as fans hate this, you take 3-yard gains. Unfortunately, it's not always the best when you lose first down. Rocket. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Pick it up. Hit him. Why are we letting him just run free? Now, if this is a screen of some sort, which I don't know why it would be, maybe, I don't know, but get a body on him. When I say body, if it is a screen, we can't just run straight to it. These guys haven't even released yet. Rocket, throw your shoulder into him, Bubba. Instead, free rush, free blitz is what it is. So, again, not only offensive line there. If that's a screen call, that's just got to be executed better, from not only from Rocket, but as a whole. Line holds up just fine here. Low throw. Sellers just got to put that on Simon. Put it in his chest, let him go make a play. Low throw. Again, I love Sellers. I think, unfortunately, a lot of people put too much expectations going into this first game, myself included. It doesn't help that Rocket kind of runs into Henry there. But, I mean, it wasn't like poorly blocked or anything. It's just the fact that Henry's looking for somebody to block, and unfortunately, he's just there. That's just how that game went. It's just unfortunate. Had Henry not been there, Rocket's fine, and he's got a 5-yard carry, at least. Again, don't hate it. You got the ball out quick. Short of the sticks, but 3rd and 12, you do what you can at this point and try not to make a turnover. Again, nice little play, different. We only saw one screen in this game, by the way, and I think it's about to come in this drive. Again, on Rocket, great job of you realizing that nothing's there, cuts it back. Not bad on the O-line. Just realize there's nothing there. It's not a true hole. What in the world are we? Josiah. Again, I'm not telling you this offensive line paid perfect, but Josiah's got to get across that man's face. The belly drums. There's your screen. Here's my only, I don't know why that was the only screen you ran. I just don't, I'm baffled that it was. But nonetheless. That is on Sports Illustrated. That's on SEC Network just sucking. What kind of camera work is that, man? I don't know. I'm assuming this guy's open. I see what Seller sees. He's got a step ahead. That's cool. I don't hate it. I mean, make the throw, I guess. So, I don't know. Those in the comments are going to have to tell me whether it was there, whether it was an overthrow, bad throw. I don't know, but you're going to go for it. And then Josiah Thompson gets a false start. Again, freshman mistakes. You hate to see it. I mean, we're not going to watch too much of this. We'll let y'all enjoy, I guess. I think this is 2 plays. A 2-play touchdown, essentially. Yeah. And then Sellers gets it in and carries. Not going to work. Gets it and carries it into the end zone. Again, if he handed that ball off the Rocket walks in there. So, but he gets in there too, so it's irrelevant. Doesn't particularly matter. But then your last drive to kind of try and put the game away. This is what I don't understand. So they know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have 9 men within 5 yards in that box. If you're going to run, you better be effective or efficient. You better block every single person. Good play call. Nothing wrong with it. Get 6 yards. This is where it starts to get funky. Again, I don't know if this is. I'm going to assume. Yeah, it's a straight design handoff. Because if it wasn't, Michael wouldn't be engaging in that block. But I don't know who Simpkins, I think is 76, kind of gets beat across his face. Got to do better here as well. This is, you can blame Campbell. You can blame, I mean, that wasn't on the offensive line, y'all. That's just, I mean, as you can, let me run back and. See, again, I need to, I can see why Campbell, and correct, I'm apologizing if I'm saying the wrong name. I can see why Campbell thinks this is his guy, but at some point, that I don't think, I think we got to get our head up here and realize, even if I do make this block, it's going to be a block in the back. At some point, I think head's got to turn either be here or be here. Either one. I don't know he's taught though. So that's the issue. Had he turned his head and get one of these two, maybe Sellers makes a man miss and you're fine. But that's essentially it. So again, and we're gonna break it down like this. You've seen every single snap. And I'm not telling you everything was perfect. Obviously, it wasn't. You only scored 23 points and a 21, and you were favored by 21 points. I'm not telling you that the play calling was great. I'm not telling you that the execution was great. I'm not telling you that the sky is full of rainbows and sunshine. What I'm telling you is that was a first-year offense. When I say first-year offense, a redshirt freshman starting at left tackle. That was a lot of young, new mistakes. You have a ton of transfers in at wide receiver. I believe 3 of the receivers that or got the majority of the snaps weren't even here at spring. If that's what Beamer did say. This is a brand new offense, essentially. It happened. It looked ugly. You can't, when I say you can't get worse, surely you can get worse. That game was not on the offensive line. That game was full of missed execution, missed pick up blitzes by Rocket. That game was missed or drop passes. That game was missed throws by Sellers. That game was missed executing by the offensive line. That was everybody. Absolutely everybody hurt and did not help each other in that win. But you pulled it out. It is what it is. That's what the film shows. The film does not show you that everything's perfect. The film does not show you that everything's going to be okay next week against Kentucky. The film shows, let's put the blame where it's supposed to be. That was a full-on execution in general on the whole entire offense, not just the offensive line, and a lot of growing up to do before Kentucky. But that is it, and we will see y'all Tuesday for the defense.